Hey, how's it going, YouTube? This is Spearfield7. Now, I've been playing 7 Days to Die like a madman over the past 5 days, and there are a lot of things that I wish I knew going in. It would have maximized my time on the game, and it probably would have kept me alive most of the time. So, today I wanted to offer about 7 different things you can think of, strategies, approaches that are going to help you navigate this game, because there's a lot of things in this game that aren't really clear. It's kind of frustrating at times, but hopefully this video will help clear some stuff up and help you along your way. So, number one, people underestimate how clutch yucca fruit is. Now, yucca fruit comes from cactus, so if you find a desert biome, there's usually shitloads of cactus everywhere. And every single cactus you knock over will give you 1 or 2 yucca fruits. And when you're just starting out the game, it's very complicated to go about hunting animals because your archery skills aren't really there yet. So you like kill a deer or you shoot a deer with an arrow, and then it runs forever and ever and ever and finally bleeds out and dies. It takes forever. And the second you gut the animal, any zombie that's nearby can smell the raw meat in your bag. And then when you go to cook it, you won't have the materials right away to cook it, and basically it'll just lead to a lot of dangerous situations with zombies that you don't really need, when you can just go into a desert biome, get 30 to 40 yucca fruit, and you're set for several days while you scrounge around for far more important materials. Number 2 is minding your character. In this game, you really have to pay attention to your character and what's going on. Down the bottom left, you see a health. In the red, in the blue, you see your stamina, and you can actually run out of stamina, which kind of sucks if there's a big pack of zombies and it's nighttime. Zombies have unlimited sprint at night, and they will hunt you down and they will kill you. So it's important to keep an eye on your stamina, take a break every now and then, let it regenerate. And also, you see in the bottom left, things will pop up if you're like in a desert. You'll start getting a heat thing, and basically you'll find clothes as you're scavenging, crates around the map, and you got to really pay attention to what each of those clothes do. Like, for instance, whenever I go into the desert, I take off my shirt, I take off my coat, and my body heat's usually pretty normal. And when I go to the winter biome, I reverse it. I put on the sweatshirt, I put on the coat, so that it'll help protect me from the cold. And I have like a puffer coat, and it also is waterproof, so it's like when it starts raining or I'm in the water, it keeps my wetness level down. And it's really important, because if you don't pay attention to that stuff, you're going to see your temperature going out of control. It's going to be like 130 degrees. You're going to be getting these cryptic messages that are like, hey, you better take shelter or you're going to die. And it's all because you're not really paying attention to your clothing and what you're wearing, and how the clothing is impacting the environment you're in. Number 3, you need to make a forge ASAP. It just has to be done. There's a part for it called the bellows, which you can actually make fairly easily on your own. You can scavenge this stuff in the world, but I would just recommend you make everything. The short iron pipe you're going to find in scavenged materials. Basically, like when you hunt and you find like a pile of garbage, or you're raiding someone's house and looking for their resources. The forge is so important because it really opens up the game. In the forge, you can create cooking pots, which you can make boiled eggs. If you're scavenging nests and you find feathers for arrows, you can also collect the eggs, make boiled eggs, which is an item that zombies can't smell, like yucca fruit. And so you can make a lot of that and really get a lot of health regeneration through that. You can make glass jars, which you can collect dirty water at like a lake or a pool or a river or something. Then you can take it back to the crib, put it on your campfire, and if you have a cooking pot, you can boil it so that it's clean water. But you can make glass jars, which is so clutch and so awesome. Like, I just make like 45 glass jars, fill them all up, cook them all up, and now I got enough water to last me like 20 days. So it's really important that you make a forge early because there's just so much you can do. Also, you can find, around the map, you find gun parts or actual fully completed guns. And the forge will allow you to make bullet casings, bullet tips, to make all the ammunition you can dream of for those weapons. Number 4 is kind of like a very is kind of more of a trick more than anything, but I've noticed lately as I've upgraded most of my tools, there's physics in the game. So if you're in a structure and you're hitting the joints of the structure, the rest of the structure will fall. And when the rest of the structure falls, it makes it a lot easier to collect the pieces. When you're first starting out and you're just working with stone axes and things of that nature, it becomes kind of difficult to break things down. So it's just a little handy trick. You knock out the joints and the rest will fall, and it makes it much easier to collect those materials. Right now I have some pretty highly upgraded iron and steel pickaxes, and it just makes my life so much easier to take out the joints, let the whole thing fall, and then collect what's on the ground, since it's kind of in a debris state, and it just makes it so much easier to pick up. Like if you go to a supermarket and you're banging at the concrete wall, you're going to notice the walls have like 8,000 health. It's going to take you forever to break that stuff apart. So if you can find like light poles or something, hit the bottom of it, make the rest of it fall, and then make an easy collection of the materials that are left behind. Number 5, have a secondary hideout handy. Right now I have a forge and a campfire and a pretty heavily fortified house, if I do say so myself. I'm working on some upgrades right now, and I'll share that when I get that done. But having a secondary hideout is super clutch, because if they're all attacking you or trying to find you at your house, you can dip out, escape, and try to find someplace else. There is a rooftop on a supermarket that's kind of nearby my house, and it's got ladder up to the top, and it's just a single point of entry. So I find a lot of protection up there. I can go up there and hide. If the zombies sense you, they typically won't walk up the ladder. If they see you go up the ladder, then they'll follow you. But most of the time before nighttime, I'll get my forge cooking with a lot of new materials to smelt, and then I'll go to the secondary hideout and eat some food, maybe craft some things in the night. Right now I'm at like day 50, so it's getting kind of hectic and crazy at night, so I just kind of peace out, take a rest, and move on. Number 6, when you find a wrench, keep it by all means. There's a thing in the game called a mini bike where you can create your own motorcycle to help you navigate the map, and when you go to cars, there's going to be lots of cars scattered around. Search them, but don't break them down. The reason you don't do that is because when you hack them with axes and early pickaxes, all you're going to be getting is gas and very little iron out of it. But when you have a wrench, you can go up and hit it with your primary action, R2 I think, and you're going to see lots of bits and pieces of useful stuff fall off of the car. You're going to get springs. I've gotten mini bike wheels. I've gotten car batteries. Basically, the mini bike is a complicated device that requires a lot of different parts. And so use that wrench that you find and keep the wrench. I dropped mine and I totally regret it because I'm at day 50. I still don't have the knowledge to create my own wrench, even though I have the right materials. And so my mini bike excursion has been halted until I can get another wrench and break down more cars for the remaining parts. Number 7, beware of the full red moon. Now, recently, in the past 7 days or so of this game, I've realized that the zombies go crazy when there's a red moon. They hunt you all night long, and they know where you are. So And once you get up in the days, like 30, 40, you start seeing weird zombies that you never see any other time. Like there's this big bloated one that like pukes like toxic slime at you. And there's like jaguars, like wild like lions that chase you down, and they're super fucking fast. And as I told you earlier in the video, like your stamina can go down. So the big key is to find that secondary hiding spot, or a hiding spot, during red moons. You can look up, the sky will typically turn red at sunset, and then you'll see the moon, and it'll be a full moon and it'll be red. And I can't stress enough how crazy the zombies get. I luckily get up to my secondary hiding spot, and I always keep 3 things on me. I keep concrete mix, and I keep some rebar. And so what I do is I snake up the ladder as quickly as possible, set the stones, set the rebar, and upgrade them to concrete, so that when they try to climb up the ladder, they just fall right back down. And if they get around it, they run into the spikes. Give me a little bit of a heads up so I can take them out. But now I'm at the point where like hornets are out here, so there's like flying things, and they can get up to the rooftop level with me, so I have to just kind of carefully kill them as quickly as possible. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some useful information. If you have any questions down below or anything that you're stumped on, I'll be trying to help. I've been playing this game like constantly over the past week. I really enjoy it a lot. I think it's a wonderful game. And if you decide to get the game, please come back to this video, check it out, and maybe there's something in here that'll help you survive a little bit longer. So until next time, this is Spearfield7. See you later.